Hi everyone, welcome to another Sentry Box X-Wing game. I'm Chris and I'm joined by Calvin today.
Yep, and we've got a resistance mirror match, sort of.
Yeah, so we have Bill. I'm assuming they were flipping for initiative there. Okay, so Rebels have initiative, well done. So do you want to call initiative before flipping? So Bill has the choice of initiative.
Not really relevant.
Yeah, this pilot skill, it's basically Nim versus Poe at 9, right?
I'll let you take it.
Yeah. So
It's a little relevant.
Greg has initiative, so he will be moving first.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only relevant thing because there is a bomb at skill 9, so...
Yeah. So, do you want to cover off the lists? Who shall we talk about first?
Let's just go over Greg's first. He's got Captain Nim and two of the ugliest things to hit the table in X-Wing.
Oh, what TLT Y-Wings?
No, they're not ugly. They're just adorable.
So it's two of the Resistance bombers. Definitely, I love the peg positioning on these models, as we'll see when we're deployed.
Well, given the way that Disney engineers designed this thing, I don't think they really have a choice. I feel like the silencer is also super over-designed.
And then we have, one of them has got Trajectory Simulator with silos and seismics, and then the other one has got no Trajectory Simulator. And Crimson Specialist is the one that lets you deploy the bomb anywhere touching its base on dial reveal.
Yep.
And Crimson Leader is the one who applies a rattled condition. And we all know the joys of Captain Nim with Sabine.
Indeed.
So Greg's plan is going to be lots and lots of bombing, and Bill is going to come back at him with the Sheepapede. Sheepapede, which is the best 16 points of usefulness you can actually spend.
Look at the sheer amount of health that thing actually has.
It is Chopper the Astromech with Courier Droid Crew, which takes no part in the game, Guidance Chips, which takes no part in the game, and Phantom 2 title, which, when the ship is on the table, takes no part in the game. So 3 0-point upgrade cards for Chopper to throw away and recover shields.
We were talking about this while we were offline, but there is a hilarious Y-Wing build that allows you to have Chopper, the new Chopper, and just a stupid amount of shield recovery.
You can have Chopper Astromech, then you can have Bomb Loadout, which is an ordnance, so it's a torpedo upgrade. So it gets an extra munition token. Extra munitions, which gets an extra munition token. Any bomb, which gets
also
an
gets an extra munition token.
Then you can put any turret on it and BTL it.
You can even choose to throw away the title early and unlock your turret when you have to.
And you can also have guidance chips.
Even though you're using nothing with chips.
Okay.
And that is a stupid amount of upgrade cards and shields, and I think it's something like 16 effective health, assuming you can live long enough to get there.
You gotta be able to do actions.
Yep.
Action Jackson. Okay, so it looks like dials are down. We have Kanan deployed centrally facing, I'm assuming, up the table, not off the table.
He's going that way.
Yeah, that's good. Just double checking. And then Paul coming in behind him.
I just wanted to say, if you're going to name children like that, shouldn't you name your child County?
No. Which one is Crimson Leader, Greg? The middle one is the one with Trajectory Simulator then.
The Crimson Specialist is kind of weird to me, but it'll be interesting to see how that placement actually ends up working out.
I really like it actually. It gives you a lot of options. Especially, I like having an intel agent or something in the list so you can see. But it gives you a lot of versatility because you can corner the token to give you that extra. It's just a shame it doesn't work with action bombs.
The trick is not having the it's you still drop the bomb at the same time.
Yes.
So not having the plating is not a huge deal, but
Yeah, unless you
I don't know.
if
I
you
would
place
like
a bomb in front of yourself and do a 1 forwards, it was a problem.
yeah, like because of that wanting to be a thing, I would have absolutely liked having it, but
In honesty, in this type of build, I much prefer it in with ion bombs, because the extra damage from Sabine's only going to trigger on your opponent, and you do it in such a way to force yourself to keep bumping to lock them in place, and you can keep dropping them. And
You know how that works. You know what? Did you watched me punch out the hole in Poe's ship? Poe has never been anything that's not pilot skill 8 for me.
so Bill, realizing that the decision to give Greg initiative was the correct one,
Yeah. You want to launch bomb? You can only drop bombs behind you.
Nim does not have genius.
A reveal. It's not a green maneuver, so I can't do the barrel roll.
I kind of missed that genius bombing, but I can see why it was removed.
You still do it.
It's just way less good.
Yeah.
I just found it very, very funny. Captain
It's not
Nim
way
just
less
flying
good,
and
it's
going,
just
yay,
only
explosions!
yeah.
But I freely admit it was a problematic thing. I just thought it was hilarious.
So at the end of
His
the
genius was
activation phase,
finally good.
I'm going to coordinate.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it begins.
Coordination. I see a green move in Poe's future.
No?
No, that just seems like a bad idea. He's just going to want to fly right over that rock. That's the most logical play, right?
We are back to dials. Are we going to talk about the pilot skill infinity repositioning that Phantom 2 title allows?
I guess. It's pretty cool because of the coordinate timing. It's end of activation, right?
Yeah. I feel like Poe is literally the only ship that it's worthwhile on. None of the other rebel ships really benefit from it.
Hard to get ships with a lot of actions that they can take without wasting a bunch of points on, like, expose.
Yeah, rebel ships don't generally want to be taking actions to reposition anyway. It's just from the nature of their current design.
That you can do a Jake or something like that.
Yeah,
and do
but then you're
some fun
flying an
stuff.
A-wing.
But then you're flying Jake, and he's hardly going to rock anyone's world damage-wise.
Yeah.
The bombs are coming. Oh yeah, I can see it.
A-bomb is coming.
And it might not even detonate.
Might work.
I would have liked to have seen an ion bomb on one of them, just for the extra control.
The trick with the resistance bombers, and one of the reasons I'm actually not super fond of them, is if you take silos, you have one bomb type.
Yeah.
So you can't have a lot of
Two
variety.
bombs, or 3 of the same kind.
Yes, that's my point. Either you have a whole bunch of one, or you have 2.
It's fine.
I don't think it's a problem.
I'm not super fond of it.
I feel like
Your opinions are free to vary, of course, but I'm just not super fond of it. Here we go. And they start jumping in. Honestly, bombs being what they are, Greg doesn't really have a choice but to try and engage quickly. Giving Bill extra time to whittle him down is not what he wants to do. Especially with the grudgiest of grudge matches. One of the oldest matchups in Calgary X-Wing history.
That would be me and Mike. Or me and Jared.
Yeah, but those guys don't really play so much anymore.
Fair enough.
Play
One
more.
of the oldest probable matches.
The oldest matchup we see on stream on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I think you should.
Greg has honestly played this game before.
You sure?
Oh, I think the genius play is going to come in from Greg soon. I'm excited. I don't want to spoil the surprise for the viewers, but it's coming. It's coming.
It's gonna happen.
Next round is going to be fun.
Or is it?
Oh. What's the focusing?
I'm gonna reveal a green maneuver with TV barrel pull.
Paul's going to barrel roll into the mix.
That's an interesting choice.
He's confident he can survive all of the 2 dice primaries.
It'll be 3 dice by the time I get there. So I get an intensity focus. I must flip the card face down. Oh, and I should have kept the focus from last turn because I have advanced optics.
So you can't have more than one focus then.
That's right, I've only got one.
You can have an evade instead from intensity.
If I could. Okay, so now I get an action.
Well, you can, can't you?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
If
being silly.
if your intensity is face up, you can take an evade. It says give yourself a.
Oh! Right. That's good to know.
We're here to help.
Yeah.
Only Bill though.
Yeah.
We can't have the appearance of bias just because Greg is like in charge of funding.
I'm gonna target lock. As soon as I find it. And
Kind of an academic choice given that he's got 12 health to chop through either way, but either way, this is going to take a while.
okay, so at the end of the activation phase, I'm gonna boost.
Oh boy. Straight boost, do it.
The jaws of death
I
await.
think I'll stay where I am.
For glory. Die in glory.
Okay, so you get to shoot first. You don't have a shot, so then I get to shot.
We're shooting from Paul, who happens to be one hell of a pilot. I'd love to tell you what those are, but we can't see them from here. 2 focuses and a hit.
I'll spend my... Oh, I get a super focus for free.
Yeah.
And if I want, I can... Not gonna. Just leave it at 2. I should have re-rolled my focuses. What a dummy. This guy doesn't have a shot.
Oh, Bill. So silly.
Yeah, okay. So,
We have Crimson Leader. It's going to show Crimson Specialist how it's done.
Hopefully.
It's called weeding. You can shoot at this guy. Free damage. You get a shield back.
With his 2 dice at range 3 through a rock. Is he even going to get to roll dice?
No. We're at range 2. Actually, no, we're at range 3. So I get a die.
yeah, she's going.
gotta remember.
Okay, so oh, you're gonna shoot the ghost. So you're at range 3, so I can't use my Kanan ability. What a shame. One hit.
I will.
You're gonna spend it.
I'm going to spend it. This.
Oh, Kanan's a little bit rattled.
Yeah.
This guy is. Range 2, so he could use his
So I guess I'll shoot both. So I'm gonna use my stupid thing. Oh, roll one
it
last
doesn't,
time.
it doesn't matter who I'm
Oh no, it's anybody. When an enemy ship at range 1 to 2 is attacking, which you are, you may spend a focus token.
Alright, well in that case I'll shoot.
I'm still spending them. Okay. So 1 damage.
Yeah.
Any shields. Why did I put a card on there? Put a card on there because I don't have shields.
Okay, so just for the viewers who aren't aware, Kanan being rattled means that when he suffers damage from a bomb, you suffer 1 additional critical damage, then remove the rattled card. And then as an action, you can try and unrattle yourself.
Nice.
And this is a round I'm fully expecting fun things to happen.
And nothing else has happened so far. Yeah.
Fun stuff.
Well, I guess I'm glad I missed just the dial phase.
How many shields did Kanan lose in total?
1.
It's off the
So-
edge of the screen there.
Craig spent his hit from Crimson
For rattled.
and I spent my focus against the specialist.
Some very interesting choices here.
And Paul did no damage.
1
I did one
damage.
hit. That's why the shield is open.
2 specialists, right?
Yeah.
Silly Bill, forgetting that super focus only works once.
It's not expertise.
A lot of interesting bombing patterns here.
Making Greg think, not me.
Yeah, Bill's just
I-
going to go plow forward, damn the torpedoes.
I think there is only 1 bomb being dropped.
Potentially.
He could launch one.
Exactly, there's only 1 bomb being dropped.
He'd probably run into it though. He doesn't have deflective plating.
Do we not have reverses? Can quad jumpers take?
Bombs?
No, trajectory simulator.
No.
Yeah,
No,
'cause
it's
it-
a system
It's
slot,
kind of
right?
a system. This is the only. This and the Punisher are the only other 2.
Those Punisher buffs.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll see
Yeah,
Mike
done.
experiment with that at some
Alright.
point.
So, revealing the dial, dropping.
The bomb.
Bombs away.
I'm excited to see how you get out of this.
This is the one I was expecting.
Yep.
I feel like I would have placed it parallel to give
Yeah.
you maximum distance to move away from it.
Well, if he was touching it, he was probably never going to clear it just because Poe's there.
You
So.
remember, you only have to have one portion of it touching, so you can put the very
Yeah.
corner,
On the
the
corner,
very
yeah.
back corner.
No action.
Oh yeah, rattled Kanan is gonna get bombed real good.
Yeah.
Revealing. Launch one.
Crimson Specialist is really wishing Greg had paid for the modification.
Curse you, quartermasters.
Caught between a bomb, and a hard place.
Which is also another bomb.
And just for maximum getting all my attributes.
Oh yeah, the Skurg is also gonna fly into the bomb.
Oh. This should be good.
Probably barrel a little out with it.
Let's have a look from the other angle. We can't see anything apart from the sexy, sexy resistance bombers.
Yeah, you could prevent this one from going.
I mean the fat and ugly resistance bombers.
They're just World War II bombers.
Where are the wings then?
It doesn't need wings, it's in space.
Oh, by the way, I spent my focus to flip the thing. Never used the card before, so please forgive me.
So, the counterintuitive advanced optics play of spending the advanced optic focus to flip intensity back.
So, I'm going to reveal my dial.
Is it green?
It's green. I'm going to attempt a BB-8 barrel roll.
Was the trap enough?
It was.
What you gonna do,
You
Poe?
could try and go the other way. Yeah.
You can only take one.
Yeah.
That might be the
That's
better play.
intensity.
So intense.
He now cannot actually focus as an action because he can never have. It can, but he can never have
It
more
just
than
won't
one
do anything
focus
for
on.
him.
I feel like Com Relay Poe is more fun.
It's more interesting with intensity for sure because you can set it up and bank it for when you need it.
It gives you that quasi regen that you like by taking BB-8 instead.
Yeah. And chaining all those two together is pretty cute.
Okay, so start of the phase.
End of the phase.
End of end of the activation phase. Right.
Okay.
Bomb goes off.
So I'm gonna prevent this from going off.
Yep.
This one will go off.
Right.
So Nim saves himself from being bombed.
So
Yeah, well, he's a filthy pirate. What do you expect from him? Selflessness? Ha!
It's not a Wookiee.
Yeah, no, he's a Nautilin or something. I'm not actually sure what he is. And now I must check.
So you don't deal yourself a face-up damage card. You just take a critical damage, so it would be absorbed into shields.
Indeed, it's just suffer.
The interesting point now becomes whether this is 3 damage from one attack. If Greg were to apply Sabine onto Kanan as well, would that 3 damage from an attack
It's not an attack.
No. No, poor reinforced deflectors getting no love.
Yep, bombs aren't an attack.
So 2 damage and 2 damage.
Nim is a Fiore.
Everyone's firing at Paul.
Indeed.
1 hit at the moment.
Don't do a whole lot though.
Spends the target lock. For 3 hits.
Ooh. And fine. Oh, there's no auto thrusters. Oh,
Nope.
never mind then. I'm just so used to Poe having auto thrusters all the bloody time.
Integrated's not a bad choice in this case.
In a lot of cases, auto thrusters only ever needs to prevent one to be the same as integrated and prevent 2 to be better, really.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, it's 2 more points, so that's kind of not surprising, but it does repeat, so. Ooh, such good shooting.
Oh yeah, the ghost. Scary ghost. I'll shoot at
Ooh.
the specialist.
Alright, looks like Phil's made his choice for targeting. Given current position, yeah, that's probably fine.
Does it keep moving position?
Who knows? Don't those 5 dice feel bad?
Can't drop off.
Yeah, console fire is nothing like can't drop on, so that's not so bad.
Unless it burns out.
Yeah.
And then he can't drop bombs.
That's just, but it's not the console fire causing that, it's being dead causing that.
Remember, you only need 1 resistance bomber to win the day. Who's that one on?
That was on Kanan.
I would argue that you need 0 to win.
Oh, after the bombs have been dropped.
Exactly. At that point, 0 is a sufficient quantity of bombers.
On Poe?
Yeah, instead of spending one for raffle.
Yeah.
I don't know
We've
about.
got no shields, so it's not a bad time for it.
The only thing I'm not sure on is it does
So,
feel like Greg
next
may
up
have stripped
is
down a little too much to fit all of this into the list. But
As I say, I feel like he's got all the core elements of a good bombing list. Personally, I would have liked to have seen ions on one of them. It's the same points as Seismics. Reduces his damage output, but he's got enough other
but that's an
things.
interesting control element with
Yeah.
specialists because you can just have specialists do that drop in front
Yeah.
shenanigan. Everybody's ion, smack into you.
You guarantee locking someone in place for multiple rounds in that instance.
And you can definitely take advantage of that with other bombers.
Yeah.
And at that point, I think you would want to have the deflective plating on the specialist.
Before he specialists himself into existence.
Yes.
out of existence, I suppose.
Before horrible exploding doom.
You have to play in character.
Sorry?
You have to play in character.
Mm-hmm. I think we've finally hit the point in X-Wing where there is no one correct build for some pilots. Like, for the longest time, it's always felt like, no, there is only one setup for a lot of pilots, and it's never really different. I mean, people tried to put targeting computer on Fel, but a lot of the time it's just like,
They were
oh,
wrong.
look, he got shot and he's dead. Great, that target lock totally helped you. Stealth device and auto thrusters would have been better.
Regular.
Like in this situation, I mean, there's an argument for Poe as he is currently set up. There's an argument for thrusters. There's an argument for comm relay, but there's an argument for this as well.
Yeah.
Like I think they're all close enough that it's really not actually a more efficient choice.
Bad for your bomber.
I did warn Greg not to put the bombers on a stupid number of pegs. Then he laughed at me, cackled manically, and made the bombers like the tallest ship in the game.
Ha!
I went looking for more pegs and I still couldn't find them.
4 pegs on the skirt wasn't enough.
Yeah, that's my console.
What, don't you carry around like
Suppose I
30
made a
of them?
mistake by not recognizing that this guy goes after me. Oops.
Well, this is why you can never truly sim a game, because sometimes
I
players just
spun it
forget
so
shit.
that it looked like this. By mistake.
You can simulate optimal play, but nobody plays optimally.
Definitely not me.
Hopefully you'll forget that this bomb is
No
there.
further comments. So much fun. I always find that bombing has been an interesting dimension of the game, and now that it's finally powerful, it ended up actually crowding out another interesting portion of the game.
I feel like it's just a shame that some things are just completely shut down by other things now. But it's an inevitable side effect of the game getting bigger.
Yeah, I think it was always true that bombs were really good against aces. It's just that they weren't good enough against other things, and now to make them that good, they oppress aces out of the game. Like the mere existence of Sabine basically is why we no longer see Fel. Because one opposing Sabine means Fel is done. It's too easy with those large base ships to just lock him into a spot and then kill him. It's unfortunate, but so it goes.
And evacuation.
Yeah, well, I can't coordinate, so. Stay la vie.
Paul is stressed.
I can only give him action, right?
You can coordinate the action on Twin, which then fails because he's stressed in camp form.
Alright, so
I didn't take prime thrusters.
I'm gonna prevent this long.
This has presented an interesting enough puzzle to Bill and Greg that it's taken them half an hour to get to this point.
You removed it too early. Could have prevented that one from going off.
Good. Alright.
So that was 2 more damage onto Kanan with bombs.
Bombing a ghost just feels so
1
slow.
damage onto Crimson Leader. Was the top bomb also in range of Kanan? Sorry.
No, it was just out. Starting here, shooting
Spooky ghost.
Yeah. You don't have to.
Yeah. It's gonna be a rough turn
One.
for Kanan.
Ooh, 1.
Finally gets
Not
this
if Greg
right.
keeps rolling like that, Kanan will be fine.
Yeah.
Only 2 more damage and then it would have kicked in.
I would have had my shield.
That is half points.
How's that half points?
That's not half point.
I've got 16 damage.
Done
Yeah.
7 and
Thought you'd taken 8 damage.
So he took his shields off, plus 1. Yeah, so
shot. So,
here come the deflector plates. Or the reinforced deflectors.
2.
Ooh.
Ha! No deflectors for Bill again.
And now it's half points.
At this
So I think I've
at
got
this
half
junction, I'm not sure reinforced deflectors is really that
4?
useful.
At this juncture.
Not like I
Since-
meant in the
since
general
it was
sense.
released.
Well, the thing is, think about when it was released, right? That was the era of Alpha Strike. Like that was the Jump Masters, like Alpha striking you with torpedoes, and
Given that
It
it
was
costs
randomly-
more than 0,
yeah, fair
and
enough.
takes up a good slot, I feel like it's never been worth it.
1.
Yeah, it was almost worth it against the Alpha Strike,
Oh, did you
Meta.
want to spend his?
No.
but not
any
quite.
damage?
But now it's at a point where it's just completely laughable
Damage.
because bombs aren't an attack,
Maybe getting accurate.
and a lot of stuff is just poking at you with 2 dice. So all that nibbling is basically makes reinforced deflectors worse and worse and worse progressively. Like nobody actually is making those haymaker shots anymore, like consistently.
Nora. But
Yes, a little bit.
Swarm leading Nora, where everyone's heart should be.
Yep. I wonder how long before that bomb actually blows up. The one Nim's been sitting on and suppressing for several rounds now. Do you think it's correct to try and keep it on the field to hope they go near it, or just let it go after you're clear?
If you've got no other bomb you need to keep on the table, just keep it there.
Well, obviously, but not completely obviously. What if you don't think your opponent's ever going to move through that space again when you need to? So you just,
Well, you keep it there. Because you can keep it there when you need to move through.
The
If,
problem is if you need to set off a different bomb at a different time.
yeah, there's always the chance of, it's like, what if there's a second bomb that you want to hang on to? Should you have let that one go away?
Yeah. If there is a better option, you obviously... I think that if it's a choice between not using Nim's ability or using it, I would always use it. Unless Nim was about to die and my entire fleet was heading towards that proton bomb.
With one hit left each.
Because even if your opponent never goes there again, that bomb's done a function of keeping your opponent away from that part of the table.
Mm-hmm. That's reasonable.
They each have one bomb.
They each have 1 token.
Oh, so you get
You get 3 tokens. 3 tokens, which is then you would spend. Good.
Gonna drop a bomb.
Poe was at least very far from the scrum now, so it's going to be really hard to bomb him.
I think
For a while.
Paul's waiting for them to run out of bombs.
Yeah, there's only so many. Like this list has a
Bomb
relatively
generation.
finite number of bombs. And at that point, he's just relying on his terrible 2-dice primaries. I mean, Nim's got an endless supply, but he's also
So,
theoretically
Greg
squishy
can easily kill a ghost.
with the bombs that he does have. Yes, especially since it's rattled.
Not rattled.
Not rattled. Only been rattled once.
I feel like that bomb is not detonating this turn.
Boost.
Yes. Wish.
Yeah, clearly he's just going to bomb himself. So clunky and awkward.
Genius.
None of you want Sabine.
Genius and Sabine would have been hilarious as a combo.
You just can't do it on the same ship.
Yeah.
Run away.
Running
There are a lot of things you can't do on the same ship for very good reasons. Or at least on certain specific ships. I don't know. I think we're fine here.
Get an evade token. Look at me.
Ooh, so evading.
It's flipping intensity, which I should have flipped earlier, but then it would have gone away, so I guess I'm not doing that.
Main thing I like, one of the other things I don't like about the Resistance Bomber is it feels kind of clunky on the dial,
Yes.
given that it's a large base. And I'm not sure I could, because I have so little practice with bomb, I don't feel like I could get it to bomb where I wanted to. But, well, maybe someone more experienced with bombs has a different opinion on the matter.
Here comes my deflective plating. Or reinforced deflectors, whatever. Too many deflectors. Damage 2 through a rock.
So much bill shooting.
I'll spend my target lock. For 2 hits and a crit.
Seems good.
Oh yeah.
That crit's definitely getting through, so.
1-1.
Hit. Crit.
Nice.
What does that take Crimson Specialist to?
Sorry,
Oh.
that was Crimson Leader.
That's Crimson Leader.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
So what's Crimson Specialist's health?
Has taken 1, so 8 remaining, and Crimson Leader has 7 remaining.
That was a crit. Alright. That's not so bad. At least it's not something crippling, just potentially killing you later. What happened with the console fire? I think I missed it.
I
He
flipped it.
flipped it over. He repaired his console fire.
Yeah.
Okay, so no damage.
I guess I might as well. And then have 1 instead of
See if you played this game before.
No
Okay.
additional damage through onto Paul.
Kanan,
Yep.
range 2.
So for the 4 unmodified dice. So sad. Feels so bad to see those 4 dice going down and then there being no modifiers and then just no damage happening because 4 dice, 1 hit. Well, sure, you got 1 damage through on something with 1 agility, but a lot of things you're not even doing hit with that.
Oh. Roll your dice. Boom.
Two focuses into 2 blanks.
I'll take it.
The choice between target lock and
Yeah,
focus
at the
is
end of the
clear.
combat phase, I'm going to spend my focus to get my intensity back.
Clearly, target lock is better.
Remember how that works.
Bill finally remembering intensities and functions. And he is rattled.
This is the guy with the trajectory system.
Yes, it is. It's facing.
Right.
This is not a good spot for simulator. Or the trajectory simulator, rather.
And if people are going to run through corners, man, it's awesome coverage.
Eh. I don't know. I don't think Poe would go that way, so.
I do not think Paul would go that way either.
It seems improbable, shall we say. Just a wee bit. I don't know, maybe Bill just wants to throw it and make something actually happen in this game, but...
In fact, can I just confirm that Crimson Leader is down to 6 hull?
Is there 7?
7 hull. Oh
Yeah,
no.
that's an error.
I was almost going to give Bill half points.
No, Bill does not get those points.
There's too many cancelling of attack dice and random shenanigans.
Yeah, low red dice, good green dice, relatively. Not a lot of damage going on. It is what it is. Is Kanan still rattled?
No, Paul is now rattled.
Okay. There it is.
And lost rattle.
He took damage.
The damage from the bomb.
Right. Right.
Ready?
Number 4.
As apparently,
You're going to drop the bomb.
getting rattled as a pilot is suddenly cured after you blow up a little bit.
Oh, that's all it was. Just a little bit of exploding. I guess we're all better now here. Thank you very much. How are you? I don't know. I still don't like the resistance bomber.
I
Such shoddy
really
two-dice.
do want to play a formation of them in Epic.
Formation of them? How many of them do you want?
Minimum of 3.
And are they all going to blow up uselessly and not accomplish anything except for the last guy who kills
What
everybody?
are you talking about? You take Sabine somewhere else in the list, give them all ion bombs, and then trajectory simulate those bombs onto an Epic ship and go, you thought you were going to ever generate energy ever again.
Screw that shit. And then it steps on you and you're sad.
Okay, so if I want to launch my shuttle, I do it after I complete the maneuver before I do the action.
Yes.
Okay. You may deploy from the back guides. You are docked. at the end of the activation phase. Oh, okay, no, it does say. So once all of this is complete. So then I get my focus action.
So does the undocking happen at the same timing as a coordinate action?
The coordinate action. Oh, you are docked at the end of the activation phase. So actually, no, it doesn't. That doesn't happen in the activation phase. It happens in the maneuver phase.
Because if they both trigger at the same time, the person with initiative would pick the order, which means you could coordinate it for still being docked and then undocked if you undock at the end of the activation phase.
Yeah, which could be kind of gross.
Check that. I feel like they wouldn't put it at the same timing.
Take the dock shift and place it at the opposite end of the to deploy ship follows the maneuver on the dock shift maneuver dial. Take the maneuver template.
After a ghost executes a maneuver, the Phantom has the option to undock by choosing a maneuver and coming out of the rear guides of a ghost. Can then take an action unless it bumped or hit an obstacle and can participate in the next combat phase.
Here comes AP5.
Here comes Chopper.
He's gonna start complaining.
He's
I
gonna,
wanna take an action right
he's
now
gonna
to
start
get my shield.
coordinating. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna coordinate the ghost.
Oh, yeah. Are you gonna remove some stress from a ghost to coordinate?
Oh yeah, I totally am. I love remote
AP5 is awesome.
Candy doesn't have any stress.
I know.
Yeah. I suppose it might be better
AP5
to
does
be-
actually get a shot this round, so that's kind of
I
funny.
don't know where
Yeah.
you're going. I can't shoot out of
I don't know. The sheath of beat is something I really don't get as a ship. Like the coordinate action seems a lot worse than firing a turret shot with the original, and I just don't know what the sheath of beat is going to be useful for. I mean, it has coordinate itself, right? But
I liked Ezra with R3A2 because the stressed Ezra is a happy Ezra.
oh, so just as sort of like a cheap, annoying stress hog sort of thing.
With 25 points, you can have Gunner and R3A2 on Ezra.
That's something, I guess. I guess you could do that.
25 points isn't a lot.
It's a quarter of your list. I don't know if that's enough.
No, I think Phantom 2 is another epic play ship. When docked, anyway.
Yeah. No.
I do feel like there's some poles that can benefit even more than Bill's pole is from it.
Perhaps.
But I do think Poe is one of the few.
Well, Rebels were never really built for those multi-action aces. Like, they don't really have them. They've never had a FAL equivalent. Where, Fel would actually be perfectly happy if he somehow made 4 actions in one round. So he could do everything.
Fel's happy doing the same 2 actions over and over again, if he could.
Yeah, but if he really could, he would absolutely be delighted to take all 4 of his actions. I mean, who wouldn't want 2 repositions, 2 focus tokens, and an evade token?
This is potentially a not very happy Poe.
Yep. Ooh. Yep, boosting to scratch a target lock. I'm still not sure I like black one, but it's definitely.
Have I got how much health is on Poe, Phil?
What?
How much health does Poe have?
He has 3 standard health.
Ooh. Ouchie.
Okay, so
I think the main reason I'm not a big fan of Black 1 is it just feels really weak against my list, so. I mean, great, you shake a target lock, but I'm
rattled.
relying on linked battery.
Oh, no.
no, that was Sabine. So it was 1 plus Sabine plus grapple.
Oh, for 3.
Yeah.
So in
This one.
so Greg needs Bill to roll a hit for Bomblet generator
Isn't it me
No,
roll?
it's,
No.
it's the recipient.
because you can Palpatine.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Because I want to keep playing.
Bill does love X-Wing.
So unfortunately, Greg's roll does not count.
Yeah, if you can't hit the dice strike, you clearly can't hit the enemy ship.
Didn't him take his 2? Oh, this was yours.
Yeah.
Greg's roll does count.
For damage on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You took your 1?
Yeah.
And then none for Kanan?
You shoot first.
I
You
mean,
can,
was just out.
Yeah.
you can shoot at my sheathipede.
You can start letting me activate Chopper.
I don't know.
1.
I
Oh,
will
there goes my
say,
shield.
Oh no.
Chopper has
My courier may not make it.
AP5 is on a very important courier-based mission that is about to fail.
So
because Chopper kicked the droid out
I
the
probably should've
back hatch.
wasted one of those. But anyway, I'm gonna shoot it.
Because Chopper's an asshole. And
I
that
feel-
Courier droid deserved it.
So then I'll super pull focus this one.
Pocus.
Oh, yeah. Is that all the shields gone off now?
Shields and 1 on the hull.
Ooh. Down to 4 health.
Okay.
Now, yeah.
Range 2
Seems good.
Hit crit. Bill needs some
Want to reroll
paint.
it? Oh, you want to spend it on rattle because this would have gone away.
I don't think there's any point in rattle. He's only got 1 left.
No, it's him dropped.
So there's no point in having
Yeah.
rattle. 'Cause that's just
Well, you've got bomblets
no,
though,
one additional. Well,
but you've also got Sabine, so
yeah, that's fine.
I think this might kill me.
Oh. Yeah, you did.
Blank, blank, blank.
Poe is definitely rattled by his own death.
Oh yeah, that sounds about right.
Ghost, no shot. No, he does.
Yeah, you can shoot at. You know what? What the hell?
Well,
Ugh, people.
Good for leader.
off points. Wow.
Should probably update that Poe has 0 health.
Yeah. And I gave him a point for
All
killing
of
him.
those zeros. But it looks so confusing. Where's Poe? Poe's over there.
It's taken 4 hits, so 6.
I'm gonna.
The end is nigh. Bill still hasn't killed anybody. This is weird.
Come on. Let me have my deflectors.
Ha!
Well, there's been.
Why would you do that? Kind of funny how useless deflectors is do.
Then AP5. Come
Aw, yeah.
on,
Big numbers.
AP5.
Come on, AB5.
Oh, yeah,
Do
he's
3
gonna
unmodified.
Oh my god!
Very nice. It's gonna be like crit.
Yeah, Bill needs all the help he can get, clearly.
Hey,
No damage.
No damage from AP5.
No
It's
damage.
range 1 shot. Time to activate the butt gun.
Correct. But the sheep keep does. You got half points on Nim. Oh, right. It's only big ships that have the exact same amount of life and evade and points cost.
And plastic were going into their manufacture.
Yeah.
The line is really blurring between ships
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Like some small ships are so fat.
I think people need to get over the size of the ship relating to the base of the ship.
Yeah, the base is clearly just defining how the ship performs. I
Yeah,
mean, the aggressor is a heavy assault fighter, whereas the silencer is a space superiority performance fighter.
Yeah, I can
So-
agree that like when the Falcon and Firespray came out, the size of the base was blatantly because of the size of the model. Now it's a design space that is well worth exploring because it completely changes how a ship handles.
Oh yeah.
The Firespray and the X-Wing have practically the same dial. They do not fly in the same way
Yeah,
because
because
of base size.
Yeah, the arc isn't, the extra auxiliary arc isn't even that big a deal. It's just the fire spray is clearly a clunkier ship.
Yeah.
It would have been an interesting design space to explore if ships like the B-Wing had ended up being a large base with a small ship, because all of the EU material describes the B-Wing as especially clunky. Like Wedge Antilles once said that he hated it because it felt more like driving than flying. And it would have been interesting to put like a very small ship onto the large base or larger base, just because it was so incredibly clunky. And a B-Wing, actually, if anything, could have gone on a large base, I feel like. Just because of the way a B-Wing is intended to handle as this big, fat, clunky thing carrying a turbo laser.
I thought I'd lost Nim for a moment, but it was just hiding underneath the Ghost.
Yes, because the Ghost is so fat. Given the size of the ship and how epic ships fly, like, the Ghost is clearly very agile for its size.
It's got an evade.
Yep.
Not like the Defender or the Silencer.
Those ones seem to have been made for a balanced choice rather than practical, than a flavor choice.
Doesn't mean I'm not going to give people shit for it.
Oh, I don't disagree. It's just I feel it was they have a clear reason why, and that reason is something that you can't really argue a whole lot with. I think the silencer might be too much of an evade token.
Oh, definitely. If it could easily double stack tokens, the Silencer would be horrendously broken.
Yeah. Like, it's already close enough to Super Interceptor territory. I mean, it has access to evade tokens through other things.
I'll be honest,
so.
I feel like it's more of a Super Defender than Super Interceptor.
It's not really that super compared to a Defender. It's really just got the superior turning ability.
The dial makes it super.
Yeah, stat line is too much like a Defender. Like, it's really just a more agile Defender.
Yeah.
And it lacks the K-turn, which is not that, which arguably isn't that super. But it pretty much just flies strictly better than an Interceptor.
With the amount of green on the dial, the ability to still be able to do an action whilst doing a red move anyway because of tech and stuff.
AdSense.
I'd happily trade white K-turns for a normal K-turn and Talon rolls.
Yeah, that's fair. Especially being able to do shit like boost into a Talon roll. And that is one of my favorite things.
It's so cheaty.
Sorry?
It's so cheaty.
I know, right?
Barrel
that is
roll,
why I love advanced sensors.
barrel roll boost with PTO into a Talon roll. Where did your ship end up again? I somehow did not predict that.
So,
I mean, hey, we played that game where that thing was dancing like crazy.
I'm rolling. I'm rolling.
you're rolling.
Like, it just went all of the places. It's like, and you were having a fit trying to pin it down.
Even crit.
And you got it in the end, but still, it took a while.
Yeah.
This is 5, this is 6, this is 7. Weapons failure.
That was more by your dice had to give out at some point.
Yeah.
So we sorry.
The shots I managed to set up, I just couldn't get there, so.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. So ghost is
Ghost is on fire! Well, Greg ain't afraid of no ghost.
So one last die. Yep. And that's AP5.
A crit against AP5. A palpable crit.
What did Chopper throw out the window?
The Courier Droid.
Oh, Chopper failed his Courier Droid mission.
Against Chopper, I don't think he sees himself as failing. Because that Courier Droid was clearly asking
Thrust
for
control
it.
fire, receive 1 stress token.
Here.
That droid was clearly asking for it because it was a dick.
One left.
There's one hole on Kanan.
Yeah.
And
He gets to shoot!
did Chopper lose his shield again? So AP.
Yes.
Bill is consistently doing below average on those 4 dice shots.
One. What ship was
Oh, it
this
got
one?
through. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Or to believe.
Which one's that one?
That was Crimson Leader, so now has 5 holes.
Yeah, that's the one ship I might tracking correctly.
Ghost. And Ghost number 2. Target lock.
Can he manage to reroll into
No,
blanks?
double blank.
It's the second time Greg's target locked into blanks.
Neither of
Everyone's
us
attack dice is on fire. Luckily, the majority of the
Oh, yeah,
damage
you're
was
right.
done by bombs.
They are on fire, like Kanan is on fire.
So the only shot I had was against.
Range 2.
I hit.
And I did. Well,
10,
No shooting doesn't do damage in this
10
game.
minutes remaining.
They will need all of those.
Ghost. Come on, Ghost.
They will need all of those because even if the ghost dies, I don't think AP5 is going to die that quick. Because Chopper!
Yeah, but then AP5 has to clean up.
Yeah, that's not going to happen either. I really do want to fly the Horton Psalm Chopper with like 16 effective health. Just because it's so dumb.
Oh dear.
I mean, come on, you have to admit, it's funny. It makes no sense, but it's funny.
What you want to do is wait until they put a ship that has a reload and an astromech slot on it. Then you can chopper out your...
I don't think there's anything that has astromech and reload.
not yet.
I don't think there will be because of that. Unless they change chopper. Or reload. Why not both?
AP5.
And I'll throw out my guidance chips.
Oh no! Those guidance chips. Oh, that's what it was delivering. That was the courier driver supposed to be carrying.
Oh wait, delivering the Phantom title. Drop a bomb.
Good.
You can take him down to half health if you do. For point yourself.
Yes. Okay, Ghost.
I feel like the ghost isn't shooting again. Chooses not to drop a bomb. I would have dropped a bomb.
I would drop all the bombs right here because at this point, bomb everything.
I would have trajectory simulated that bomb all over the place.
Straight into yourself.
I don't know about that one.
And here, I would have dropped a bomb.
Yeah, that one I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have, but you are a crazier person than I am.
Oh yeah, get the range one shot from AP5.
Oh, AP5. Wow, you actually bought the links.
Alright, range 1 shot from AP5.
I was going to do an unboxing thing if when he releases, but I didn't have time.
Oh, I see.
One evade. That's my
Shield.
shield.
Oh no, AP5 is down to 3 health.
Again.
Needs Chopper to do some work.
Jabba!
Let's see if I can roll blanks again.
No, that's not blanks. Looks like Bill's just gonna wrap it up. There. Scoop.
And this, I mean, do your shots on. See, watch him die.
AP5, range 1. Spend the time.
About that, watching him die.
For 2.
He's got a hell.
That's it, Greg.
2 agility.
You're embarrassment to X-Wing.
You can fly him off the table if you like, Bill, and we'll say he completed his mission of delivery of a courier droid.
If this game were more interesting,
No, clearly the mission objective is now to deliver the guidance chips.
you might have something like
Because the droid is floating somewhere.
Yeah, we only
in the
have a
middle of the
Phantom
field
2
there.
title left.